Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. Today, we've got one more technical mod and one really less technical mod. Today, I'm going to be finishing up the Auxbeam switch panel. I have to put that wire on that goes into the fuse box so that it doesn't fire up until the truck has some power. I'm going to show you how to do that and where to put it. And then we're going to put some new floor mats in. Something a little bit different than what I've had before. Now, I made a video, it should have been yesterday if I have these in order, where I installed the new switch panel in here from Auxbeam. Love the setup, it's very simple. Let me say, anybody can do this. If you can follow the directions, you can do this. It's just a few easy connections, that's it. But there is this wire, they call it the ACC wire. It plugs in right there, I just have it sitting there. And then you have to plug it into the fuse panel so that it doesn't get power unless the truck is running. Because obviously you don't want this on all the time. There's no reason to have that. Plus, it could run your battery down. So, where I'm talking about right here, this is the ING, I believe that's what it's called. Let me find my switch cover top, or my fuse box top. It's actually, let's see, it's this one right here. It says 10 amp ING right above this 80 amp INV. That's the one that we're going to go into. Now, what I'm using, of course, is an add-a fuse. It has the 5 amp fuse in it already. If you're using one of these that came with the kit, I actually had to buy a separate one because this is a what they call mini fuse, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, the Tacoma uses a mini fuse. You guys can see it's right there. This is what you need to pick up if you're getting this kit or any kit where you're trying to add a fuse into your system because the other ones are too long, they don't fit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull that 10 amp fuse right there. I'm going to put it in the open slot, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect up the wiring, and then we're going to plug it in. It's that simple, and then we'll be doing a test on this thing. Now, one other issue I have to overcome, of course, the fuse box is watertight, so there's nowhere to run a wire through it actually. So I think what I'm going to do, reluctantly, is I'm going to drill a hole in the side, stick the wire through it before I connect it up, but I'm going to leave enough slack so if I ever need, and hopefully not, to take the fuse panel cover off, there's enough in the line that I can just run it through that hole and sit it off to the side. Now, you may be wondering, well, gee, that's not going to be waterproof anymore. Well, the hole is going to be pretty darn tiny. It's actually going to be the size of the wire that came with the kit, this size. And all I'm going to do is just put a little dab of caulk on the outside of that cover once I get it in there so that it becomes waterproof again. And if I ever need to pull it out, it won't be too difficult to pull through that little piece of caulk I'm going to put in. That's my solution. I'm sure there's a better one. If you know of a better one, leave a comment down below and let me know. Here's what it looks like coming through the fuse lid. Just a little hole right over there. Again, I'm just going to put a little dab of caulk on that. Should be fine. I don't really have any issue with it, although, if I'm being honest, it does hurt a little bit drilling through there. Got the fuses in, pulled the 10 amp as you saw from the fuse panel, and went ahead and stuck it in my add-a fuse. That's what it should look like. Now, we're going to go ahead and stick it in the slot. Should be pretty simple to do. I can't see. There. That's it. That's really all there is to it. Now all I have to do is put the lid back on and then connect this little prong right over here, and we're ready to test. Got it all done. Let's take a look. I haven't flipped the switch yet. The circuit breaker is still tripped. That's right there. But that's what it looks like. There is a cover, of course, that goes over the breaker. I know a lot of people were concerned about some of the exposed bits and pieces of the Switch Pro. We don't have that problem with this one. I'm gonna go ahead, flip the breaker. We're gonna see what happens. Here we go. Well, no sparks, no craziness. Let's go ahead, start it up, see what happens. Oh, check that out. And it's green. Oh man. Well, that matches the truck, right? Cool. And then if you want to turn something on, just push a button and you can, there's the radio, and then you can turn something on. Let's see, I don't have anything hooked up, but there we go. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You guys can see it does work. It is powered up. Now we're going to move on to the really difficult mod, and that is changing out the floor mats. As promised, the big floor mat mod. Now, I've taken out the originals, and you might be wondering, well, why? Why are you taking out the originals? Well, there's 2 reasons. One, they're carpet, and you know carpet doesn't hold up well. And these are pretty cool. They've got the Tacoma TRD off-road insignia in them. And frankly, I just don't want them to get ruined. So we're gonna pull these out of the box. I'll show you what they are. I actually had installed these as a demonstration on my previous SR5 Tacoma. So you've seen these before if you watch the channel. If you don't, well, here's something new for you. Let's go ahead, pull these out. They fit really, really well, by the way. I did test them. That was kind of the whole idea. And let's pull them out. They have kind of a different pattern to them. They're really more of a, I don't know what you'd call it, dimpled, maybe not really diamond, I guess. But you can see right here, this is kind of what they look like. They're good, they're rubberized. I like that, so they're not gonna be really, really stiff like the WeatherTechs are. It's the one thing I don't like about the WeatherTechs, they're real stiff. Huskies are good. These should be a lot cheaper. I will leave a link down below, by the way, if you want to check these out. They're a good economical way to go, and they do actually fit. Let's take a look. I've got them all installed. There's the driver's side. Look at that. Nice, good fit. And they look good in here. If you're not looking for a company's name all over everything, these do not have it. They're just floor mats. Let's take a look in the back. You'll notice there is a footprint there. I must have stepped on them last time I had them out. But check that out, all across the area there. We'll go around, look at the other side real quick. The only real difference, of course, is the passenger side in the front. And they do fit really well. I like that. They fit nice and tight down here. They're just a good fit. Can't beat it for the money. Let's check up here. There is the passenger side. Very, very nice. Anyway, just a finish up on the Auxbeam. There's going to be some follow-up videos on that. That has some pretty cool functionality I discovered while I was briefly looking through the instruction manual. Pretty neat. I can't wait to actually get something hooked up to it. And I do have some things coming. One of them is supposed to be here today. We'll see. And it's a different kind of mod. I'll be interested to see what you guys think. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know. Do you have the Auxbeam panel? Considering it? What about these floor mats? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Mod Driven, all about the Honda Civic, and RobMotive JT, all about the Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? And while you're at it, smash the subscribe button here too. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.